Alright, here's a panel that I've merged into my mesh. It doesn't seem to really be lined up very well. I need to preserve the wheel well here as much as possible. There are a couple ways I can resolve this. I can add in edge loops in here and come all the way up to the hood here, or I can reconfigure how these are these polygons are laid out. I can attach here and here to create a larger quad, and then move this, offset that a little bit to create a quad here. So let's go ahead and do a couple of those things. Go ahead and throw in an edge loop here. Alright. As I get this put together here, I'll go ahead and put this one in also. Oops, that's not what I want. Right along here. I think that'll be a better option for us. I'm going to clean this last little bit up. If I hold my V key down on the keyboard, I can just simply snap this up here, and I want to maintain that circle as much as possible. Let's see. So I'm going to bring that back down a little bit. Okay, that looks fine. So we've got quads all the way around here, and I think what I'm going to do here is split this up and split this polygon up here like this, and I'll end up with a triangle here, but we'll continue to wash that and make sure that it's subdividing properly. Alright, here we have additional problems that we need to resolve. We have this particular piece that comes up here and then divides, as we have this inset here in this vehicle. So we want to make sure to keep that point right where it is. Also, we have edge loops that do not line up here. We need to maintain this shape as much as possible, so I don't want to push and pull verts on this panel at this point. So what I'm going to do is come in here and build in some edge loops to be able to match that up just a little bit better. And I think we're just going to have to live with the little bit denser mesh in here, so that we get what we want. And this one up a little bit better also. And give ourselves just one more here. Because as we build in additional mesh, we up-res a little bit in certain places. For subdivision purposes, we will be defining these areas, these edges, a little bit with extra geometry anyway. So, alright, so now that we have that, we can go ahead and select the edge loops that we no longer want, which is just that one, it appears. Come up here to Edit Mesh, and then delete edge. Okay, so now our mesh is lining up a little bit better. Alright, another problem that I have that I want to resolve is, you can see here that I did not take into account, check my surfaces before I went ahead and converted those very carefully. So I have this bender lip that I want to get in there, very important part of the vehicle. So what I've done is selected the verts, and I'll go back here to my front view, my move key, let's see, check, make sure that's on world, and now what I'll do is move these out. You don't want to do this for a lot of the mesh. You don't want to get in here on the sides and do that because it will disrupt the flow of your mesh. But in this case, I think it'll be fine once it's subdivided. This might get a little kink in here, but we'll take care of that if we need to. And now I want to create some depth in the wheel wells. So what I'm going to do is go in here and select these edges. And what we'll do is extrude those to create a little depth here. Up here to edit mesh, extrude. I'll check my options. One division. It's fine. Now what that gives me is this gizmo. This is for world coordinates here, but I'll just go ahead and pull that in the direction that I want it to go. And I'll go ahead and scale that back into position a little bit. And that's fine. Now, because that usually is a sharp edge along here, I'm going to, before I do that, I'm going to check my drawing and actually make sure, or my photo of this car, make sure that that's not a soft edge. So I'll put you on pause while I bring up that image. So you can see in this image that it is a nice rounded surface along there, so I can leave what I currently have and go ahead and apply that also to this, and you can see the depth there, but then there's a wheel well panel in there which we can also extrude out and build in there as a separate object so that we can get that depth in there. Alright, so what we're going to do is go back to the move gizmo and we're going to extrude this again. So what we need to do, whoops, is go up here to this little button. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's just the worlds. Go click on that, and then you can extrude that appropriately. Alright, so we'll give ourselves plenty of room for that wheel in there. And we'll switch to the scale and go ahead and extrude that again. Whoops. Extrude. Alright, just get it started here. Alright, that's enough so that we can get in there and do what we want with that. Alright, so now I'm going to just create a separate object for these in the wheel well. I've selected my faces here. I'll turn this off. And come in here, and with the keep faces together option checked, I'm going to options of extract. You'll want to check separate extracted faces. So when you do that, you can see that my mesh smooth came off, but and select this mesh, and you can see that those have been extracted. Alright, so now what we're going to do is take those and go ahead and combine those two. And we're going to just scale those up just a little bit. Alright, so let's select these two, combine the meshes, and we're going to go ahead and center the pivot on these, and just scale them up just a little bit in order to create that depth there around the face. So then when we go ahead and smooth this, hit my 3 key, and you can see that the wheel wells there are behind the wheel well. Create just a little bit of depth there. Next thing we want to do is just grab these edges along here. So we don't want our wheel well open in the back. We'll just go ahead and continue scaling those down. Triangles in the back there won't matter as much. Alright. Now we can go on to doing the back. Do the back wheel well, and then we'll begin creating the necessary geometry around this pipe to get it to do what we want it to do.